Right, you've looked at your illustrations and you've listened to all the instructions. So now we're going to put it into practice. Starting with the warm-ups. Bounces. Remember to bend your knees as you go down and bend as you come up. The correct position is very important. Have the feet apart and parallel. Stretch the ceiling. Ready? And you bend. 2, 3, keep breathing. 4, 5, 6, 7, you're doing very well. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Relax. Spine stretch. Legs a little further apart. Arms stretch to the ceiling. Reach forward from the waist and bounce. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Gently drop down. Push through the legs. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Second set. Push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Drop down from the waist. Come on, push through those legs. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And forward again. Push. Breathe. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Drop down. Push through the legs and breathe. Carefully, gently, easily. Good. 6, 7, 8. Last set. You're pushing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Drop down. Push through the legs. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And relax. Come to a standing position. Bring the legs a little closer together. Side stretch. Right arm behind the head. Left hand behind the back. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Back to the center. Left hand behind the head. Push over. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Center. Right hand behind the head. You push. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To the center. Last time. Left hand behind the head. Push over. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Relax. Extended side stretch for those that wish. Right arm above the head. Over. We go. You're pushing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Back to the center. Left arm up as you go over. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To the center. Last set. Over. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Center. Left arm up. Going over. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And relax. Good. You've done very well. You're going to get ready now for the bottom section. So sit yourself on the floor and gently relax for a few more seconds. Bottoms. Peeling off. Lie flat on the floor and bend your knees. Arms beside you. Now squeeze your buttocks as tight as you can and gently peel off the floor inch by inch, coming to the bridge position. You're holding there a maximum of 50. Gently and easily. You've been there for 10.
There ain't nothing that you can't do.
7,
Relax
8,
your
9, 10. Remember, you can always relax. squeeze a little tighter with those bottoms.
and we can ride the boogie. Share that
30. Tight. 2, 3,
with you.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. Last 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now keep the bottoms tight as you slowly come down to the floor. Bend the knees to the chest and relax if you wish. We can repeat it, so gently squeeze the buttocks tight once again. Off we go into the bridge position. Hold tight. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep breathing. 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. Breathe. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. Nearly finished. Remember, you can always stop. Keep breathing. Last 10 and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold the bottoms tight and you slowly come down to the floor. Breathe. Bend the knees to the chest and relax for a second. Tension release. Coming on to all fours. Keep the hands flat to the floor and fingers pointing forward. You're going to bend the right leg, bend and straighten. It's on 1 count. Ready? And you bend and stretch. A bend. 2. Bend. 3. Bend. 4. Bend. 5. Bend. 6. Bend. 7. Bend. 8. Relax. Left leg. You bend and stretch. Keep breathing. 2. You're doing very well. 3. Bend. 4. Bend. 5. Bend. 6. Bend. 7. Bend. 8. With the right. And you bend. 1. Bend. 2. Bend. 3. Bend. 4. Bend. 5. Bend. 6. Bend. 7. Bend. 8. With the left. And you bend. And 1. You're nearly finished. 2. Breathe. 3. Bend. 4. Bend. 5. Bend. 6. Bend. 7. Bend. 8. And relax. You've done very well. Now lie flat on your back and relax for a few seconds. Remember, the stomach section comes next, and you may need that heavy bit of furniture to tuck your feet under. Stomachs. You're going to remain lying on the floor, bending your knees and having the knees and feet the same width apart as your hips. We're going to try the sit-ups. This is the time to put your feet under the furniture if you wish. Don't cheat and sit all the way up to the top, and remember to breathe out as you sit up. Are you ready? And 1, 2, breathe out. 4, 5, 6. Push the stomachs back. 8, 9, 10. Good. 1. Breathe out. You can do it. Come on. 4, 5. Breathe out. 8, 9, 20. Good. Don't forget, you can always stay. This is a tough section, but it's well worth it. Let's relax. Try not to collapse. Move away from the furniture now and remain lying on the floor. And gently relax for a few seconds before we start the stomach pushes. Stomach pushes. You're going to remain lying on the floor for a few more seconds.
Everywhere I look around,
The last stomach exercise was pretty tough, and you may need time to relax.
every sight
So
and
if
every
you feel
sound.
that you'd just like to join in on the second half of this
And I
exercise,
don't know
that's
if I'm
okay.
being
I'll tell you when it
foolish.
begins.
Don't know if I'm being wise, but it's something that I must
Remember to
believe
breathe
in.
out as you push
And
up
it's
to
there
your foot.
when I look in your eyes.
Are you ready?
Love is in the air,
Lift your right leg in the air.
whisper of the trees.
Lift both your arms in the direction of your right foot.
Love is in the air,
And we
the
start.
thunder of the
Push.
seas.
2, 3, 4,
And I
5,
don't know if
6,
I'm just
7,
dreaming.
8,
Don't
9,
know if
10,
I feel
and
sane.
relax. Good.
But
Left
it's
leg in
something
the air.
that I must believe in.
Raise your arms.
And it's there when I
Ready,
call out
you
your
push.
name.
Breathe out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax.
Love is in the air.
Second half.
Love is in the
Lift the
air.
right leg,
Oh,
arms, and push.
oh,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax.
Love is in the air.
Lift your left
And
leg,
the rising of the sun.
arms, and push. 2, 3, 4,
Love is in the air.
5, 6,
When the day
7,
is nearly
8,
done.
9, 10. Relax.
And I don't know if you're an illusion.
When you can achieve
Don't know
the
if I see
maximum
it
in your
true.
stomach section,
But just
you'll know that you'll be
something
very
that I must believe in.
remember it doesn't matter how long it takes. Work slowly and gently. You can always work for 10 and rest.
Everywhere I look around,
I think you should relax for a few more seconds
love is in the
before we
air.
start our stretching section.
Every sight and every sound. And I
Stretching.
don't know if I'm being foolish.
Body stretch.
Don't know if I'm being wise.
Sitting up, both legs
But
out in
it's
front of you.
something that I must
Now bend your left knee, curling the lower part of your left leg behind your body. But don't sit on your foot. Breathing is very important in this exercise. Are you ready to start? Bring both arms up above the head. Breathe in. Breathe in, stretch up to the ceiling with your arms.
I'm saying all the things that I know that you like.
Breathe out,
Making
stretch
good
full.
conversation.
Stretch your spine.
I got a hand.
Breathe in,
just
stretch
right.
up.
You
Good.
know what
You're
I
doing well.
mean. Took you
Relax
to
your
an
arms.
intimate restaurant.
Change your
Been
legs.
to a suggested movie.
Are you ready?
There's nothing left
And
to
breathe
talk
in. Bring your
about.
arms up above the
Unless it's
head.
horizontally.
Breathe out, stretch full.
Physical, physical. I wanna get physical. Let's get
Breathe in,
physical.
stretch
Let
up
me
to
hear
the
your
ceiling
body
with your
talk.
arms.
Your body talk. Let
Stretch
me
your
hear your
spine.
body talk. I wanna
Last
get
time,
physical.
breathe out,
Physical.
going forward.
I wanna get
breathe.
physical. Let's get into physical.
Breathe in,
Let me hear
stretch
your
up.
body talk. Your body talk.
Good,
Let me
you're
hear
doing
your
well.
body talk.
Bring your arms down beside you.
I've been good.
Back
Trying to
stretch.
keep my hands on
Both legs in front of you. Here we go. Are ready. And breathe in, both arms up. Breathe out, go full. Stretch. Breathe in, stretch forward and up.
You gotta
Good.
know you're bringing out the animal in me.
Second time,
Let's
and breathe
get
out.
physical, physical.
Good.
I
Stretch
wanna
your
get
those knees. Ready for the butterfly exercise. Soles of the feet together. Ready, and push it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You hold. Good. Keep breathing. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and push it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All day. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax. Only 2 more exercises to go. If you want to relax for a little while, you can. But if you want to go on a little longer, then we're going to do the leg stretch. You will need to lie down on your left side, resting on your left arm. Extend your right leg to the ceiling, whilst bending and curling your left leg back towards your bottom. Hold on to the front of the calf or the ankle of your right leg with your right hand, and gently turning your leg out as you ease it towards you, holding it for the maximum of 50 counts. Are you ready? And a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Breathe. 7, 8, 9, 20, and breathe. Don't pull that leg. 30, good. You're doing very well. 6, 7, 8, 9, 14. 3, 4, 5, nearly there. 8, 9, 50, well done. Lie on the other side. Lift the left leg. Are you ready? And it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, breathe. Good. 10, good. 5, 20. You can always stop. 8, 9, 30. Good. 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. You're nearly finished. 7, 8, 9, 50, and relax. Waist stretch. Sit with your legs as wide apart as comfortable. Stretch up to the ceiling with your right arm. Breathe in. Breathe out as you go over to the left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To the center. Left arm up. Over. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To the center. Repeat. Right arm. Roll over. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To the center. Left arm. Gently go over. Breathing out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To the center and relax. Bring your legs together. Lie on the floor. Close your eyes and rest. I hope you've enjoyed your exercise today. Hello, I'm Denise Lewis from the Big Apple Health Studios, and I would like to introduce you to a program of exercises compiled especially for Bachelor Slimmer Soup. The program has been designed to help you feel and look better in your everyday life, but it can also provide a basis from which you can go on to enjoy active sports or other activities for which a level of fitness is necessary. On this side of the tape, I am going to run through a few basic principles about getting the best results from your exercise without overexerting or straining yourself. Then I will take you slowly through the exercises we have selected one by one. First of all, to warm you up, and then to help improve various parts of your body with special emphasis on the bottoms and the tummies, the two parts that most of us would love to have a little less of. Before that, a quick word of warning for anyone with a history of heart trouble, or who might be pregnant, or indeed any of you who, although in good general health, feel anxious at any time about the exercises. Do check with your doctor before you start. He may well tell you there is nothing to worry about, but it is always best to be on the safe side. Make sure you are wearing loose and comfortable clothes, such as a jogging suit or a leotard that won't restrict your movements. First, don't be afraid of exercise or the effects you will feel on your body, especially if you haven't done any for a long time. Learn to understand the messages your body is giving you. After all, you only have one body, so look after it and make friends with it. Slow down or rest as you feel tired. Continue or speed up when you feel good, and remember to start within the limits of your own capabilities and build up slowly. Whatever happens, don't try to do too much too quickly in search of quick and spectacular results, or you will put yourself off and probably give up altogether. The way to make exercise work for you is to do it regularly over a period of time. Second, always loosen up and warm up gradually before you start the exercises. That way you will be able to do much more without the risk of straining or injury. At first you may feel tired after the warm-up before you get onto the exercises. If you do, don't worry, it is just your body telling you to rest. So do just that for a minute or so until you feel you are ready to start again. Depending on how fit or unfit you are to start with, you will be able to do more or less with each exercise before you rest. Start off by doing the lowest number I give you for the exercise and gradually work up to the maximum until you are able to go non-stop through the complete tape. If you work out about 3 times each week, it will probably take between 4 to 6 weeks to see a change in the shape of your body and legs. Then of course stick with it, don't be tempted to stop because you have reached that stage. Carry on and you will continue to see and feel the benefits. Finally, remember that although we are all individuals of different shapes and sizes, one thing we share is the ability to lose weight and improve our shape by a combination of regular exercise and a calorie-controlled diet. Slimmer Soup will make your diet tastier and more interesting while keeping your appetite satisfied, so don't throw dietary caution to the wind because you have started to exercise. Using both exercise and diet together, the result will be much better and of course you will feel healthier. Inside the cassette inlay card, you will find each of the exercises illustrated. It is worth having a look at these as you play the rest of the tape, as they will help you to follow the instructions I will be giving next. Okay, now I have gone through the general advice and it is important, so please remember it. Let's move on to the exercises. I will be describing them one by one, each with a brief explanation, and I will do it slowly so that you can practice each one as I describe it instead of just listening. When we have gone through them, you should be ready for your first attempt with the music, so just turn over the tape and we will be ready to go. First, of course, comes the warm-up. There are 4 exercises in this section: bounces, spine stretch, side stretch, and finally the extended side stretch. Bounces. Bounces will warm your body to ensure that the blood flows around freely. It is very important to start in the correct position. Stand up straight with your feet about 12 inches apart. Make sure the feet are parallel to each other. That is, with the toes pointing straight ahead, not outwards or inwards. The reason for this is that if you have any weakness in your ankles or knees, you will prevent any injury, such as rolling over on your ankles, by keeping your feet parallel. It is important to remember that bounces, although in two parts, must be carried out in one continuous movement, and when you bounce and bend your knees, your body simultaneously drops from the waist. So remembering this, we stretch up to the ceiling with both arms and breathe in. Bounce down to the floor, breathing out, letting your body drop down from the waist, relaxing both the head and the neck, and swinging your arms backwards, keeping both arms outside your legs. Now you must reverse the whole thing so that you bounce again as your body comes to an upright position. Remember to bend those knees as you go down and bend them again as you come back to the standing position. You can do 8 to begin with, working up to the maximum of 12. Spine stretch. This continues to warm up your body, stretching the spine, the back of the thighs and legs, and lifting the stomach. It is another 2-part exercise, but this time the 2 parts are done one after the other. You take the legs a little further apart than for the bounces, but still keep the feet parallel. You stretch your body forward from the hips so that it is parallel to the floor. Try to keep your back as straight as possible and also your knees straight but not tight. Your arms should be stretched out in front of you towards the wall. You then do 8 tiny bounces in this position. The second part of the exercise involves dropping the body down from the waist, and your arms should be pushing through the legs, keeping your neck relaxed and breathing out. Push your arms through your legs in this position 8 times. To repeat this exercise 2 or 3 times more, go straight back to the right angle position, stretching forward. Side stretch. A super exercise for stretching the side of the torso and also slimming the waist. It is very important not to lean back from the waist, and your hips must be kept still at all times. Your feet must be kept parallel, but this time they are a little closer together, approximately 9 inches. Take your right hand and place it behind your head, and at the same time put your left hand behind your lower back. Gently stretch over from the waist to the left and bounce in this position for 8 counts. Repeat it now on the other side, and be prepared to repeat once more on each side when you feel ready. As you get looser and more supple, you'll be able to go on to the extended side stretch. To achieve this on your waist and the side of your body, extend the right arm up to the ceiling as you breathe in, keeping the same position with your feet and body, and also with your left arm behind your back again. Bend over to the left from your waist, breathing out, and bounce for a count of 8. Make sure your arm is parallel to the floor. Change arms now and repeat the exercise on the other side, and then be ready to do it once more on each side as you feel ready. By this time you should be thoroughly warmed up and loose, ready to work towards that slimmer shape. Bottoms and thighs. The next 2 exercises are for your bottoms and thighs, and the first one is called peeling off. You will need to lie on the floor, so choose an area where the carpet is softest, or perhaps lay out a large bath towel. We are going to tighten the muscles of your buttocks and upper and inner thighs. Keeping your shoulders relaxed, bring your arms to the side of your body. Bend your knees, keeping your feet parallel and flat on the floor. Your knees and feet should be the same width apart as your hips. Your heels should be as close to your bottom as possible. From this position, keeping your feet still, squeeze your buttocks together and start to lift your bottom and lower back off the floor. Continuing to squeeze your bottom, take your hips a little higher, peeling the spine off the floor inch by inch until you come to a comfortable position known as the bridge. When you are in this position, keep your buttocks tight and hold it there for the maximum of 50 counts. Remember, you can always stop before 50 and return your bottom to the floor. When you do this, raise your knees up to your chest and then lie flat on the floor for a few seconds to relax. During this exercise, you may find a burning feeling in the region of your buttocks and upper thighs. As you become more practiced, that burning feeling will be milder and will take longer to make itself felt. This complete exercise can be repeated once more when you feel ready. Tension release. This exercise is exactly what it says. It releases any tension in your bottom, legs, spine or neck, resulting from the peeling off. After you have completed this exercise, you will be ready to move on to the next section, concentrating on your tummy. Come onto all fours, that is, keeping your hands and fingers pointed straight in front of you with your palms on the floor. You are going to bend your right knee carefully under your body towards your chin, dropping your head towards the knee as you do so, but be very careful not to hit your nose or chin with your knee. You then swing your right leg back and up with your legs straight but not tight. This is a continual movement of bending and straightening for 8 counts. Now relax and repeat with the left leg, and be ready to repeat with each leg once more. Stomachs. In this section, concentrating on tummies, we will start with sit-ups. If at first you find this exercise a little difficult, place your feet under a heavy piece of furniture or under the bottom of the bed. It is very important to push your tummy back, although the upper part of your body will be lifted off the floor. When you do this exercise, never bring your body to an upright position. Right, we're ready to start. Lie down in the same position as for the peeling off exercise, with your knees bent, feet and knees parallel, and the same width apart as your hips, and with your arms at the side of your body, bringing the upper part of your body and shoulders off the floor to the halfway position only. Breathe out. At the same time, bring your arms up to the outside of your knees and then return your body to the floor, breathing in. At first, try to complete 10 sit-ups and then eventually you can work up to 50. This is a very good exercise for tightening the middle and lower stomach muscles. Now we are going to try the stomach pushes. There is no need for the bed or furniture now, but you should be lying flat on the floor with your legs together straight out in front of you. Your toes should be pointed upwards rather than forwards. Your arms should be at your side. Raise your right leg only, keeping both legs straight. Your left leg remains on the floor. Lifting the upper part of your body and shoulders off the floor, with your arms coming up, stretching towards your right foot, you breathe out. Try to keep your lower back on the floor all the way through this exercise. Your upper body and shoulders and arms are pushing for 10 counts towards your right foot, which is extended in the air for 10 counts. Repeat this now with the left leg extended in the air, again for the count of 10. Then when you feel ready, you may repeat it once more with each leg. This exercise will take a little longer to achieve the full 10 counts, but work at it, it is very worthwhile. And again, it works on all the stomach muscles. Now that we have covered the areas usually needing most attention, it is time to move on to a set of general exercises to tighten up the whole body. There are 5 exercises in this sequence: the body stretch, back stretch, the butterfly, the leg stretch, and the waist stretch. Some of these are a little bit more difficult than the others as they require greater suppleness of the limbs for completion. So don't worry if you can't do them completely at first. You'll get closer as you practice. Remember, do not strain, just stretch. Body stretch. Starting with the body stretch, for which you remain sitting, sit up and stretch both legs out in front of you with your toes in the direction of the ceiling. Leave your right leg extended. Now bend your left knee, curling the lower part of your left leg behind your body, but don't sit on your left foot. Raise both arms above your head and stretch to the ceiling, breathing in. As you breathe out, bend forward from the waist, trying to stretch beyond your right foot with your arms. Breathe in as you stretch back up to the ceiling with your arms and body. Do this twice and then repeat the whole exercise with your left leg extended in front of you and your right leg folded behind you. Remember, do not strain, and only stretch as far as you can comfortably manage to begin with. This exercise stretches the back of the straight leg and the thigh of the bent leg. It is also very good for stretching the spine. Back stretch. Now for the back stretch. Sit in exactly the same position as for the body stretch, with both legs together out in front of you, toes to the ceiling. Keeping both legs together, breathe in and stretch up with your arms to the ceiling, and as you breathe out, stretch forward from the waist and try to go beyond your toes with your hands. Breathing in as you stretch once more to the ceiling with your arms and body. Try to do this 4 times in all. It will stretch the back of your legs and spine and is very good for strengthening your back. Butterfly. Sitting in an upright position once again. We can now go on to the butterfly. Bend your knees and bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees drop outwards in the direction of the floor, gently holding the ankles or feet with your hands. Now, try to push your knees closer to the floor with a bouncing, pushing movement. Try this for 8 counts, and on the 8th count, try to hold your knees as close to the floor as you can, the count of 10. Do not over-push this movement. As you become more supple, you can repeat this exercise up to 3 times, as it is very good for stretching the inner and outer thighs, and also for strengthening the back. The leg stretch. Only 2 more exercises to go, first of which is the leg stretch. You will need to lie down on your left side, resting on your left arm, which should be bent. Extend your right leg to the ceiling whilst bending and curling your left leg back towards your bottom. Hold on to the front of the calf or ankle of your right leg with your right hand, gently turning your leg out as you ease it towards you, holding it for a maximum count of 50. Remember, beginners should work to a count of 10 and then build up to 50 slowly. Now repeat this exercise with your left leg extended. This is very good for stretching the inside of the extended leg. Waist stretch. We are almost finished now. There is just one last exercise to try, and that is the waist stretch. For this exercise, return to the sitting position with your back straight and your legs as wide apart as is comfortable, your knees as straight as possible. Stretch your right arm up to the ceiling and breathe in. Stretch and bend over from your waist to the left and bounce in that position for 8 counts. Breathe out. Breathe in, coming back to the sitting position, taking your left arm above your head, and as you breathe out, bend and stretch over to the right, bouncing and remaining there for 8 counts. This exercise is very good for stretching the inside of your legs and the side of your torso and waist. We have now gone through the complete program, so bring your legs together and gently lie back on the floor. Close your eyes, relax for a moment, and try to remember the instructions I have given you on this side of the tape, so that when you turn over and do them to music, you can enjoy all the exercises as well as the benefits you feel from them. It is very important that you enjoy your exercise tape, and do remember there is always tomorrow, next week and next year to achieve all the repetitions of each exercise. So when we are working with the music, if you feel you're unable to complete all of the repetitions, just sit and relax for a moment until we come around to the next exercise for you to continue with. Learn to understand the messages your body is sending you. Rest when you feel tired and go on as you feel good. Never try to do too much too soon, and don't worry if your legs won't stay straight when you want them to. You will get better with practice.